Two walks of life, man, you go pick and choose. I seen those features to get in the loop. Push to they pointed like Tupac and Juice. They got sick of the running and picked up the deuce. Logo gon' make niggas shaking they boots. Looking like Ricky when they in pursuit. I got a dream that I'm trying to pursue. If it feel I'm like Biggie, just give me the loot. Megatron, bitch, I'm a villain. Pressure on to make a killing. Leprechaun, green to the ceiling. Put 6 dots up on your head, now you krillin'. Double cross me from the game, you forbidden. Never a way that you gon' be forgiven. Weapons draw, now blood is spilling. This happens every damn day to earth spinning. Talk to my demons, they got me believing that I'ma go crazy like I'm Majin Buu. I'ma just go right through anyone front of my money and everything I'm trying to do. But they can't stop me. These niggas don't like me. These niggas is whack and I feel like I knew. Some of them, they just be blind to the fact cause they mans got some up and they don't have a clue. I'ma just leave all these little niggas hurt. All you gotta do is just mention me first. Niggas be mad cause they making this dirt and be me cause I put all these beats in the hearse. They like the way I be going berserk. Try be like me but they putting in work. Talking on Twitter, I'm thinking they birds. Mention me and I bet you my niggas gon' lurk. Niggas, they knew I was different since birth. You not 100, don't like to converse. Niggas be bitches, should put on the skirt. We send you to the doc, we send you to the nurse. Creeping good luck cause I stay on alert. Finish the nigga and one is for sure. Get to the line and I'm finna convert. You not eating, you niggas save room for dessert. Hate is contagious, but I got the antidote. Popping they top like I opened the can of coke. If niggas ever forget and they think I'm in last, I'll drop 50 just like I'm Leangelo. I make your bitch come right out of her pantyhose. Niggas run up in these niggas on panic mode. Ripping these beats on my words highly flammable. 007 to my fucking animal.
All right, we are live. What is up? What is up, YouTube boxing family? It's K right here. I'm back with another good little episode for the podcast. So if you guys want to hop onto the panel to talk some boxing, I got the link here for the StreamYard for anybody that wants to come through. No trolls allowed. Just come with like a clear mindset, and yeah. Uh, Either way, yeah, let's get right into it. Let's talk about the fight card coming up for Labor Day weekend. Uh, Happy early Labor Day to all the hardworking people out there. But yeah, let's talk about it. Ruiz King Kong Ortiz, 33-2-0, no draws on his record. King Kong Ortiz will be going up against Mr. Andy Ruiz Jr. 34-2 and no losses. Only lost to the hands of Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker. That's pretty much his resume. He was always a great fighter, but the thing was, I think his claim to fame was only through the hands of beating Anthony Joshua, obviously, to become the very first Mexican American descended heavyweight unified world champion with all 3 belts that he had. And for some weird reason, he never took the opportunity to go for undisputed against Deontay Wilder at that time frame of that 2019. So yeah, let's talk about it. This is going to be a very, very lit fight card. I'm definitely looking forward to it. There's a lot of good competition on this card, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing who's going to be, at the top of this, of this card. Um, Also, shout out to everybody that's coming through in the chat. And if you guys do hop on the panel, let me know, and I will bring you on. But yeah, man, this card is absolutely hyper stacked. We got guys like Mikael Spencer going up against Delgero Ravello. He's not like the best fighter out there, but that's going to be a pretty good test. He only got stopped by I forgot I forgot who he got stopped by, but I think Ravello, if I'm not mistaken, he was one of those guys that got stopped on one of those top rank cards. But he's okay. He's not really like the best fighter out there, but it's a good sturdy test for Mikkel Spencer. He is the whatchamacallit. He is the um he is the adopted brother of you know uh current professional fighter Joey Spencer, who will be fighting on the card. He'll be going up against Kevin Salgado. That will be a pretty good matchup, and I think Joey Spencer will be tested very, very hard in that fight. And I think Kevin, he could very well beat him, but I think that's a true 50-50 matchup. But yeah, Del Gero, Ravello, if I'm not mistaken, he was stopped back in the past, I believe, by Breon Carruthers, and I don't know if that was on a PBC card or top rank card, but I think that was on a PBC card. But I could have sworn I saw him get stopped by some other dude, but I forgot. I mean, he's a good, decent fighter. I mean, there's really nothing I could say about him, but he'll be a pretty decent test for Mikkel Spencer. He's only like what I think he's like 19 or at least 18 or 19 years old. He only had one fight prior to August of last year, so I find it very surprising that this will be his second fight being inactive for well over like a year. I don't know why he would do that. I think it was probably just due to the fact that maybe he just couldn't get like a fight on the PBC, in which I find that to be really weird. But I don't know what the whole holdup was on that. But either way, I mean, he's a good fighter. He has skills. He is I think he's like a four-time amateur national champion, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I don't really care so much about like the amateur, experience, but he's a decent fighter. He's not really like the greatest fighter out there, but he has skills. He just needs to, garner it. So, or he needs to garner more if he wants to put himself, in a higher position. But I think this will be a pretty good matchup. It'll be interesting to see what Del Gero, Ravello will do. But yeah, let's talk about whatchamacallit, the other fights that are on the card. We got Mr. Who we got? We got Mr. Anthony Cuba going up against Oscar Perez. This guy, he's actually like a young gun. He's actually a very, very hyper dangerous fighter. He's a very vicious, I think, orthodox fighter. I'm pretty sure he's an orthodox. I'll take a look at that right now. But he has skills. This will be at 122, if I'm not mistaken, because I believe Cuba, or actually no, this will be at 135. My fault, but yeah, him and Anthony Cuba will get it going this Sunday, and yeah, it's gonna be a pretty it's gonna be a pretty good fight. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think Anthony Cuba is a great rising, up and coming fighter. He's out of the Los Angeles, California area. He's an Orthodox. He's 19 years old. He's 4-0 with one draw. He has only three of his wins coming by way of knockout. Um, this fight against Oscar Allen Perez, he's a very tough guy. 22 years old, out of Houston, Texas. He's a southpaw. He's 5'7", and I'm not so sure about his arm reach, but I'm pretty sure it's like around like the 60s or something. But yeah, Anthony Cuba will have a 1-inch arm reach or 1-inch height advantage over him. So this will be a pretty interesting matchup. I'm definitely looking forward to see what that fight will come out to be. But I think that's going to be a pretty good fight, and hopefully, we get to see a knockout in this fight because I do believe either guy will have the ability to knock each other out. Let's also talk about Mr. Prince Charles Martin. Surprisingly, he is coming back to the ring after a pretty much a pretty much a 7 month layoff loss to Mr. Luis King Kong Ortiz. Sadly, he got knocked out in round six, but that was a good fight. Well, actually, no, this will be 8 months. So yeah, he's been out. He's been out the ring for 8 months. I think that was a pretty good decision for him. But yeah, Charles Martin it will be going up against a Devin Vargas, some 40-year-old guy that I never heard of, but he's a you know uh, he doesn't have like the best resume. He got knocked out by Zeli Zhang in his last fight. That was like literally 2 years ago. He lost to Junior Fa, a absolute low level heavyweight who just got knocked out by John Lucas, right? Or Lucas Brown. Yeah, Lucas Brown. So yeah, Junior Fa, he's not that good. Andy Ruiz Jr. actually knocked him out too, and Dominic Brazil knocked him out. Yeah, he's not like the greatest heavyweight out there, but I think this is more of like a little comeback tune-up fight for Charles Martin, and I'm pretty well. I would hope Charles Martin knocks him out, and you know he can move forward, with his career. I think he has great skills. I think he could still go for like another final run in the heavyweight division. It's only a matter of time of like where he will be going in the division. I don't think his placements will be as difficult as what people may say about him. Hey, salute to Street Spartan, Puerto Rican boxing and Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. I appreciate you for coming by. Salute to you. But yeah, I don't see Charles Martin having any issues with this fight. That should be a pretty easy like first round or second round KO victory. Um, so I think he'll like I think Charles Martin will be back in the mix very soon. I would like to see Charles Martin fight. I'm not so sure if he fought Adam Kaunaki, but if he did, oh wait, actually, yeah, he did. He lost the decision to him, but maybe fight Adam Kaunaki in a rematch. I think a rematch between him and Adam Kaunaki is a very good fight. I think that's a good step in the right direction to slowly build yourself back up in the heavyweight division. But I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about Charles Martin because even though like I did get pissed off that he got knocked out by Anthony Joshua, to which he should have had the ability to beat Joshua because Joshua doesn't scale well against southpaws. But imagine if Martin actually utilized his boxing ability skills more. I think Martin would have been able to beat Anthony Joshua, at a greater level. So I don't know. I think the heavyweight division timeline would have been a lot different if Charles Martin came into that fight, a lot more intelligent and not just getting hit with like, repetitive shots that just got him knocked out. But maybe like I'm wrong. Maybe Charles Martin is just not that good of a heavyweight, and he was only good to keep an IBF belt for 6 months, and he was just like a once upon a time, heavyweight. But either way, Charles Martin, he could have done way better ever since he was a champion leading up to now. But I think he's just been, through the ups and downs. I mean, he has a great resume. He beat guys like who did he beat? I mean, actually, no. You know what? I can't really credit the resume either because he really just beat like nobody on this list of his resume where you can't really say they were certified. I mean, granted, he was moved properly through the PBC, but after he lost to Anthony Joshua, after he won the IBF vacancy belt, at that time, knocking out some glass cup guy. But then ever since then, his toughest fights to date, um, he ended up losing them. So yeah, I don't really think Martin is really like the best heavyweight out there, but he has skills. I mean, you can't really discredit him. He makes like the effort to try to fight the best, but I think like the biggest problem was just that after the AJ loss, he just started going downhill. I think skills wise, he's just not like the same guy, or he just doesn't go back to his square one mechanics to be that good of a fighter. Um, but either way, I think Martin, if he wants to make another run to the heavyweight division to become champion once more, I think the perfect matchup for him would be Otto Wallin, Tony Yoka. He could easily be Tony Yoka. Daniel Dubois. I think Martin would definitely smoke him. Definitely get a rematch with Adam Kaunaki. I think he could beat Kaunaki. And I'd say maybe lastly, go after Derek Chisora. Take him out. I think him and Chisora would be a huge fight in the UK, or just bring it out here to America and have it out in California, or have it out somewhere in New York City. I don't know, but I think Martin, he could sell. He doesn't discredit a crowd. He always comes to fight. So I mean, I think the future is going to be really bright for him, but it's only like a matter of time of like where he's going to go if he's able to move fast, towards the end of his career. But yeah, let's talk about the rest of the card. We got Mr. Joey, uh, Small Town Soldier Spencer going up against Kevin Salgado. For those of you that don't know who Kevin Salgado is, he was the former opponent of Bryant Perella, which him and Bryant Perella came to a split decision draw on the Lubin Fundora undercard. I thought Brian Perella actually won this fight. I didn't think Salgado actually did enough to win, but I think that's like the problem with some of these judges in certain fights. They try to protect certain fighters of some sort to make a fight controversial, but I thought Brian Perella, he showed enough separation in his skill set to be the victor. I didn't think you know Kevin Salgado did enough to win. Um, I don't think Salgado is like the best fighter out there, but he has some skills where he could bring some noise to 154. But the problem is that if you're being matched up against Joey Spencer, then something tells me that either Joey Spencer is gonna walk right through him, or Kevin's gonna walk right through Joey. So I think this fight will definitely show how good of fighters they will be heading into the future in 154. I think the problem with Kevin is that he doesn't utilize his jab, and he doesn't put himself in a proper defensive position to win, and he gets hit by like repetitive shots that get him hurt, and his defensive mechanisms are not on point where he should be at a much grander level of a higher scale boxer. But I think his style is more favored in trying to brawl with you rather than trying to box. So I think that's going to hurt him late game in the future, because 154 is a very deep division, and a lot of guys are very heavily scaled into boxing. And I think that's where Kevin's downfall will begin if he does fail against Joey Spencer. But if he comes out very sloppy like he did in his past couple fights, that could very well haunt him too. Um, he had a good he had a good performance against Rastvan Hude Nazarov, but that fight was very difficult for Joey. He wasn't really performing the way he should have performed, but the problem with him was just that Joey, he's not the type of guy where he should be at the level of like being move fast. And it's good that the PBC is taking him slow because Al Heyman knows that Joey Spencer's not ready for like super deadly opposition, but he's getting there. So I think the best fights for Joey Spencer, if he is successful against Mr. Kevin Salgado, would be guys like. See, personally, I don't like. Personally, I would like to see Joey go up against Xander Zayas, and that might be pushing it because I think Xander could very well destroy Zoe, or he could very well destroy Joey, or Joey could destroy Xander. But I don't think Joey's style is like really that hard of a style to figure out. But if Xander does have problems to the point where Joey is coming in with like a type of pressure where Xander he's not able to utilize his skills and abilities to win the fight, then I think that will be the biggest problem in the division. But I'm not even so sure if this fight is at middleweight or this is at 154 super welterweight because the past couple fights Joey has been fighting at catch weights at 155 and a quarter and then at 156 and a half. So I don't know if he's at the middleweight division, but if he is in the middleweight division, then forget about it. But I mean, if this is at 154, then I think all the fights that we could see available for him, not just tied up with the PVC only. Um, I think a fight between him and Xander that would be a terrific fight. I like to see maybe him and Jamonte Clark. That's a very, very tough matchup. I think Jamonte Clark would outbox him really heavy, but I think that would be a very, difficult matchup. Uh, I think another great fight would be up against that Black Irish dude, Kyleman Agarco. I think Joey could beat him. I want to see him against Ismail Villarreal. That's a great matchup. I think Ismail Villarreal would give him a very difficult fight. I wouldn't mind a fight between him and Brian Sabayo. I think Brian Sabayo he deserves to be put on the map. I need to make like a video on him because he hasn't been active the way he should have been. But I don't know what happened ever since COVID. I guess he took some time off and he wasn't able to do the things he wanted to do. He only fought like one time during COVID, and that was like on the Ring City card. But ever since then, he kind of just been very quiet. But then he recently fought back on May 14th, so he got a 6 round TKO victory over Gerald Charell. Don't know who he is, but yep, he stopped him. He blew him out. But I think that's a good fight between him and Joey. I think Joey could very well lose to Brian Sabayo. Uh, Brian Mendoza, that's a very good fight. I like to see a fight between him and I don't know, maybe Wendy Toussaint. I think him and Wendy would be a good fight. That's a decent matchup. Uh, he just had like a 8 round unanimous decision victory. That was back on the Joe Smith Jr. Arthur Beterbiev undercard against the Cena Byfield. That was a decent fight, but yeah, there's plenty of great fights for Joey to do. I don't know what he's gonna do if he is successful in this fight because this is a very difficult fight that he has in front of him. So I'm not gonna look past it, but yeah, we'll find out when we get to that point. Let me finish this up and I'll get up out of here for you guys. We got Mr. Mike Plania, the Filipino sensation. They call him Mr. Magic for those of you that follow him. But he will be going up against Mr. Ruiz. Oh, Ruiz the Beast. Alim out of Muskegon, Michigan. 5'6" with a 68.5-inch arm reach, 32 years old, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh my God. This is going to be a great, great matchup. Um, the biggest thing that I have for this fight is that Mike Plania is a very destructive counterpuncher. But if Ruiz Alim catches Mike Plania, which I think this fight will not go the distance, I have Ruiz Alim stopping Mike Plania. But it's not going to be an easy stoppage victory. It's going to be a very, very difficult stoppage victory. Um, Mike Plania, he's no stranger to tough fights. He's been in there with a lot of difficult matches. Um, he's been in there with guys by the likes of Juan Carlos Payano. He's been in there with, I mean, most of his opposition haven't been really high. I would rate it like a B minus, like B level opposition. But some of the names that you could see here, you could see like who's Julio? Well, no, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna look at that guy. That was a guy with like a losing record. He beat Joshua Greer. That was a good fight. And then ever since then, wow, yeah, he's been major. He's been super inactive. So yeah, this is gonna be a very interesting fight because he hasn't been in the ring. But Ruiz Alim, well, yeah, Ruiz Salim, he wasn't back in the ring for a while prior to the Eduardo Baez victory. So yeah, this makes a good matchup because both of them weren't active. So it makes sense for Ruiz Salim to probably just wait it out because he's supposed to be Stefan Fulton's mandatory for either the WBC or I believe the WBA. So with either of those sanction bodies, if I'm not mistaken, he was supposed to be mandated very soon. So either this is another title eliminator where they're gonna try to hold like this is why that I don't like sanction bodies because I personally find them to be very evil and disrespectful to the fighters because you're having to wait constantly fight after fight just to get your spot, but then they're going to try to freeze you out by making you go through all these title eliminators and you're not being represented in your in your respected rank to be moved up as sequentially fast as possible. So it just holds back up the fighters and it's such a disrespectful system because even with what happened with like the whole Subriel Matias and Jeremiah's Ponce situation, I was hearing that the IBF, they were going to mandate Josh Taylor going up against Jeremiah's Ponce, but by the IBF's rules, if you are a number one mandatory contender, you still have to fight your number two contender to be placed as a solidified mandatory to fight the champion. Hey, salute to you, Skyrocker.
Hey, what's up, hey Rod? How you doing, man? Seen
Doing
this
good.
call.
Just
keep
finishing
passing
up
out
the
after work.
podcast. But
Yeah, bro, I'd be falling asleep after work, bro. Take a hit off that
it's all
bowl,
good,
bro.
man. It's all good. I mean, I was like thinking, like if you wanted to hop on and just chop it up, but like I just decided to do the show by myself.
Oh, that's fine, bro. My bad, bro. Yeah.
No. Like you can join in with me if you want, but
Yeah. No, I'm not going live, bro. I'm not going live. I'm
yeah.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna start going like once a week, bro. Now I think I'm burnt out.
Okay, it's all
Yeah,
good.
too much work lately, bro. I don't know if I have time, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, my job's been killing me. Yeah.
What are you talking about? You talking about the King Kong Ruiz card or what?
Yeah, I'm just covering the the fight card. I was talking about the Mike Plania versus Ruiz Ali matchup. If you had any thoughts on it,
Against Ruiz Alim, right?
yeah.
I Not too much to say about that. It's a decent fight, man. What's his opponent look like?
Oh, Mike Plania.
What's his name? Mike what?
Mike Plania. Mike Plania.
Well, what's his record? Do you know?
He's 26-1, no losses. Or
Damn.
no draws. 26-1 and no draws.
Who has he fought, bro? That's on his.
His only loss came to Juan Carlos Payano, and his only notable victory was against Joshua Greer.
Okay, hold my phone. Against Joshua Greer. Okay.
Yeah, Joshua Greer. He's not. He's not he's not let the best out there, but he's a decent fighter.
You know what I'm looking forward to on that card is Pitbull Cruz, man. I like it. I like the style.
Yeah, Pitbull and Zerdito.
He's one of the two fighters that's never been knocked out by Tank, right? Very close fight with Tank. I just like his style, bro. His many style. He swarms his opponents. Relentless pressure. You know what I'm saying? I like his style, bro. Makes for an entertaining fight, bro. With Pitbull. Pitbull Cruz.
Yeah, I think Pitbull might knock out Zerdito, but I think that's going to be a very difficult fight.
Right. And his opponent, what's his record? Do you know?
Oh, Eduardo Ramirez.
Yeah.
Ramirez, he is 27-2 and 3 draws.
Who's his 2 losses to?
He lost to Claudio Marrero and he lost to Lee Selby.
Oh, okay. Lee Selby.
Yep, Lee Selby and Claudio Marrero. I think it'll be a very competitive fight. I'm not looking forward for the Abner Maris fight. I think Abner Maris, he should just stay retired.
Stay retired?
Yeah, because I don't understand why he thinks he's still able to fight, but it's like Miguel Flores, despite him being stopped like I think twice in his career, or actually no, he's been stopped like 3 times. Yeah, he's been stopped 3 times in his career, but I would still favor Miguel Flores to beat Abner Maris. But I mean, if Miguel Flores, if he screws up the opportunity to win the fight, then
this is the same Miguel Flores that we just seen lose recently against what was his name?
He didn't lose recently. He had a very close fight against some journeyman Mexican by the name of Dio Oguin.
I have to go back. I'm pretty sure I know which Flores we're talking about. Miguel Flores. Who did he beat last? Who was his last opponent?
It was Dio Oguin, some Mexican guy.
Okay, so that's a different Flores I'm thinking about. Yeah.
I'll
pick Gabriel Flores. My bad. This is Miguel.
Oh yeah. Gabriel Flores Jr. He's like, he's done.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Oh, I was like, oh shit, no, that's a different Flores. Yeah.
Gabriel Flores Jr. He's not that good anymore.
Yeah, we're talking about Miguel Flores, not Gabriel.
I used to like Gabriel Flores, but now I'm just thinking like, yeah, he's just a hype job, man.
Yeah, he's exposed. Yeah, bro. He got laid out right away in the first round.
Yeah, I thought Giovanni Cabrera was gonna stop him.
Right, I remember that fight. That was a fast fucking knockdown, huh? It was the first set of punches. The first fucking set of punches of the fight, bro. He got laid out.
Yeah, Cabrera could have stopped him, but he didn't press up the gas.
Yeah, that was a good fight. I remember that fight. That's a memorable fight because Gabriel Flores got his ass whooped.
Yeah, but I blame it on his father because his father's just such a crappy coach.
Yeah.
But I mean, to debut at lightweight and just to get dropped like that multiple times just clearly shows to me that you got plenty of work to do. Right. Or you just need to get out of boxing. I don't know. Like I think Gabe, he has some decent skills, but if he wants to elevate, he has to find himself like a high level trainer. I mean, if he wants to like bring it to the next level. But
Did you already touch on all the heavyweight fights? The FN, the
uh, I
Baby,
was gonna
the Jeremiah Milton. There was 4 fights, 4 heavyweight fights.
what on the card?
Yeah. Oh no! I thought you were talking about. Oh no, we were talking about upcoming. I thought you were talking about the last card, bro. You're just
No,
talking
no, no,
about.
no. Like I'm talking about like the King Kong Ortiz and Andy Ruiz fight card.
Yeah, the upcoming card coming up.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh wait, actually, I forgot to talk about Jose Valenzuela versus Jezreel Corrales.
bro, this is a big fight, bro.
Yeah, Jezreel Corrales, he might get stopped in this fight. This is at 140, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Yeah,
Another great fighter. It's from Benavides camp, right? Venezuela.
yeah. Jose, he's so good, man. Like, I think Jose, he could, like, he could very well either, uh, I don't know. I think he might stop him, or it's gonna go to the cards, but it's gonna be like a unanimous decision, but it's gonna be a very tough fight.
Yeah. Another good fight.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, Jezreel Corrales, he's never been stopped before. He's only lost to like world championship level opposition. So actually, I could take a look at it right now.
Yeah.
But he's a very good fighter. He's not, he's still in his prime.
Right. Hey, King Rod, I got a phone call coming in. I got to take, brother.
Okay,
All right. I'll talk to you later. Thanks, man.
I appreciate it.
Yep. Bye.
Yeah, but basically, like in regards to Mr. Jose Valenzuela versus Jezreel Corrales, this will be a pretty good matchup. I think based off of the style matchup, Jezreel Corrales is going to bring a lot of pressure to the table. This is a very decorated southpaw too. Yeah, he's actually been stopped before, but that was by the hands of Alberto Machado. That was back at super featherweight when he was a world champion at the super featherweight division. But yeah, I mean, it's a good matchup. I think Mr. Jezreel Corrales will definitely test Jose Valenzuela, but it's going to be interesting. He's 31 years old. He's 5'6", and Jose Valenzuela, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's like 5'9". So he has like a lot of height on him. Oh wait, actually, he's 5'10" with the 70-inch arm reach. So he definitely has a lot of height and reach advantage over Jezreel. But this is actually for the WBC Continental Americas lightweight title. So surprisingly, Jose Valenzuela is still fighting at lightweight. My bad. To give you the wrong information, but if he is successful in this victory, I think what will happen is that we will start to see Jose Valenzuela be in there with like the mix of like I don't know. Like, I mean, I think him and Pitbull Cruz will probably be the fight to make. I think PBC can easily make that fight happen. But if not, I'd like to see him and Rolly go after it. I think he'll knock out Rolly. Michelle Rivera, that'll be a very great fight. Giovanni Cabrera, I think that's going to be an amazing fight. I think he could beat him. He doesn't really have any power. He's just like, one of these like type of fighters where he's a volume puncher at best, but if you hit him hard enough, I'm pretty sure he doesn't really scale that hard, when it comes to punch resistance, but he's just more of like the decent, pure boxer semi-volume puncher types. He usually goes to the distance with you. He doesn't have the ability to knock somebody out. Like, I mean, he does pack a good punch, but Cabrera, he's not that type of dude where he's able to do the things that you would expect him to do. But yeah, that's a very good fight. I think Valenzuela will be on the verge of getting to a world title soon, because once Devin Haney vacates all the titles for for the lightweight division, I think what will probably end up happening is just that Jose Valenzuela, Michelle Rivera, William Zepeda, and definitely Jermaine Ortiz, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, definitely Gervonta Davis. I think all the big fights will start to happen a lot faster. But as of now, it's just being held up right now between Haney and Cambosos. And if he's successful against Cambosos and he can't get a fight in between him and Gervonta Tank Davis, then what will probably end up happening is just that Haney, he's going to end up vacating the titles. So he's just going to go ahead and just move on, because it's like he's not going to wait up on Tank. He's not going to try to push for that fight if Gervonta and his team are going to make excuses to not fight Devin Haney. Because even though that people try to say that Devin and Tank can't happen because Tank, he's with PBC and Floyd Mayweather Promotions, which I think it's a very stupid argument. But the thing is that Haney, he doesn't need to be with Top Rank for the third fight. I mean, granted, if Haney and Tank can fight on Top Rank for Haney's last fight to be honored in the contract, then fine, go for it. I'm all for it. But the problem is that Gervonta and his team, they would have to be the ones vocal to make that fight happen. So what would be the thing is that Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe, they need to be confident in their ability to make the fight with Haney, because Devin's gonna say yes. He's gonna say yes to everything. Gervonta is gonna be the A side. There's not gonna be any dispute of what Gervonta Davis wants versus what Devin Haney doesn't want. I think Devin Haney will have to bow down once again. He would probably have to take some crappy offer that Gervonta is offering to him. But if Devin beats Gervonta, or if Gervonta beats Devin, then the doors open up a lot faster, because Gervonta and Haney, if they do fight after their fights are done, well, after Devin's done, because he'll be fighting very soon in October against George Kambosos. But the thing is just that what will probably end up happening is that when Haney and Kambosos get it done, Gervonta, he says he's gonna fight by the end of the year. But the issue is like, who are you going to fight by the end of the year? Because looking at BoxRec right now, I don't see anybody notable other than a Michelle Rivera that he could probably end up fighting next in his next fight, or potentially, I don't know, maybe Lomachenko. But Lomachenko, he's already busy with Jermaine Ortiz, which I think Jermaine has a good shot of beating him. But no, I don't know who else he's gonna fight. Gervonta, if he ends up fighting some low level dude that we haven't heard of, then I think Gervonta, he's gonna be he's gonna be on fraud watch. I think that's gonna make a lot more sense to the world, where Gervonta Davis needs to go ahead and be a little bit more conscious of who he's going to be fighting, because I don't want to see him fight no damn Nakatani Tuki whoever, but he should go ahead and fight somebody like a Michelle Rivera. At least that'll keep people somewhat happy. But either way, I don't know what Tank is gonna do, man. I think Tank, his reign to fame at the lightweight division's not gonna end up being fun, because once the competition does end up leaving, like Devin Haney, I think the competition is gonna be stale. But then eventually, like certain guys in the division like Jose Valenzuela, Frank Martin, all those guys, like they're probably going to end up catching up to Gervonta Davis and probably end up, getting his number and, potentially beating him because Gervonta, he will be older and his skill set will start to regress, like, little by little. But I say right now, Gervonta and Haney, they have to fight. They have to get this fight going, and it's only like a matter of time. But yeah, let's move forward with with the last few fights. I was gonna cover more on Isaac Pitbull Cruz and Eduardo Zerdito Ramirez. This will be a pretty good fight. I think Isaac Pitbull Cruz, he's gonna stop him because Zerdito, he's not a, how should I say? He's not a career lightweight, but I think based off of what we're gonna be seeing in this opportunity is that Zerdito, he's going to have a very difficult time dealing with the size and pressure of Isaac Pitbull Cruz, but it's going to be a very interesting matchup because Isaac Pitbull Cruz, he's never really been in there with a guy like Zerdito, who is a very decorated southpaw. He's 5'6" with a 70-inch arm reach, so he does have the height and reach advantage over Isaac Pitbull Cruz. He's 5'4" with a 63-inch arm reach, so yeah, this is going to be a very interesting matchup, and I won't be surprised if Zerdito actually ends up beating Isaac Pitbull Cruz. But I think Cruz, he's coming in with bad intentions. He's not going to let a guy like Zerdito try to dog walk him. I think it's going to be a very, very difficult match. And if Zerdito, if he could get the job done in beating Pitbull, this will be a very fun, fight to watch. But I got Isaac Cruz getting the victory over him, just because he has more, relentless pressure. I don't think Zerdito is a career lightweight. Ever since he started boxing, the highest he's ever fought at was at 137. That was back in 2013 against Miguel Angel Rodriguez Toledo. But ever since then, he's always been a career featherweight or super featherweight. So I don't know what Zerdito is thinking. I think he's only doing it because he was offered the opportunity to stay active. So it's like, why wait on the WBC, or whatever sanctioned body to get your shot to become a champion? So I think it only makes sense in the world to fight Pitbull because you're both on the PBC, and if Al Heyman, if he needs like a fight for Pitbull, then this makes a really good matchup. So either way, I think Zerdito, he's gonna give Pitbull a very difficult fight. Zerdito, he obviously beat my homie, Mr. Luis El Chucho Melendez. He's a very great fighter. Please go check him out. But that was a very good matchup between him and Zerdito. I thought Luis Melendez had the opportunity to beat Zerdito. He actually was taller than Zerdito, and he had like a 1 inch arm reach disadvantage over him. But either way, I thought Melendez had the ability to beat him, but I think like the later rounds definitely costed him. But but the fight was close to that point where I think it was a good learning experience for Luis Melendez to go back to the drawing board and reset on everything that he did wrong. And I think eventually Luis Melendez, he'll be back on top. He's not, he's really not at the at the worst of his career. So he's a very great fighter, 24 years old, plenty of time to keep on rising and just keep getting more victories. So I think El Chucho will be back very, very soon, and I'm definitely looking forward to it because he's only been out the ring since May, so maybe hopefully by the end of the year, we'll probably see Melendez back in the ring, and I'll definitely be keeping you guys updated on that. But yeah, this is a good fight. I think Zerdito's going to potentially get knocked out by Pitbull, and I think that's what's going to end up happening. I think Pitbull has the power advantage over Zerdito. I don't think Zerdito has enough power to contend with a guy like Cruz at 135, but it's going to be interesting. But that's pretty much it. Let's talk about the main event, and then I'll get up out of here. Luis King Kong Ortiz versus Andy Ruiz Jr. I think this is a very great fight. This is obviously at the Crypto Arena down in Los Angeles, California, on PBC, on Fox pay-per-view. I don't really see this to be a pay-per-view. I didn't really see this fight to be marketable for one, but knowing that both guys were marketable stars for their claim to fame, I think it kind of does make sense. But if they can do good pay-per-view numbers, I'm definitely down for it. But yeah, King Kong Ortiz versus Andy Ruiz. I think that's a good sell. The problem is just that they're not really fighting for anything huge. I mean, if it is for like a title eliminator, then okay. I mean, it's just like marketability wise, the only thing I could see that's going to be making the pay-per-view sell is like have most of the fans from Andy Ruiz's camp or Andy Ruiz's fan base to support the fight. But I'm pretty sure a good decent market will support it. But maybe I'd probably say like at least 200,000 buys. I'm not too sure. But I mean, if it doesn't sell well, then I think PBC should not be doing that no more. But yeah, I think stylistically, Luis King Kong Ortiz should get the victory. That's what my heart says, but I think based off of the eye tests, we can see that Andy Ruiz, he is a little bit more dangerous of a puncher than Luis King Kong Ortiz. And I think the hand speed will bother Luis Ortiz to the point where Luis Ortiz might end up getting knocked out or he'll just end up tiring himself out because he can't, stop, the relentless pressure of hand speed punches that Andy Ruiz likes to throw a lot. But then again, that might cost him because Luis Ortiz, he's a great counter puncher and he knows how to break you down when you have a lot of hand speed. So he's not a stranger to it. It's just that Luis King Kong Ortiz and Andy Ruiz, they've come to a point in their careers where they pretty much know what's going to happen. So I think what will end up happening is just that Andy Ruiz will probably end up doing some very unusual stuff in the fight. But I mean, if he works better on his defense and keeps the fight to the center, where him and Ortiz don't really have to exchange much in the early rounds, but I think in the later rounds, if somebody does get caught with something heavy, I think Luis Ortiz will be more of the successful inside puncher, and Andy, he will be more of the a successful pressure style power puncher. So I don't know. I think this fight is a true 50-50, but I would slightly favor Luis Ortiz because he's the more superior boxer. So I don't think Ortiz is going to rush for a knockout like he did against Charles Martin. But I think with Andy Ruiz, this fight's going to explain a lot about Luis Ortiz's career as a heavyweight, and I think this is a must-win fight for Luis Ortiz because I don't know what else would be the next step for him. But I think it would benefit him a lot better to get the victory over Andy Ruiz. So therefore, him and Andy Ruiz will be the type of fight where a lot of people can give credit to both of them because even though Andy Ruiz, he is a former unified heavyweight world champion, historically being the very first Mexican descended, heavyweight world champion to be unified, closest to being undisputed. if he had fought Deontay Wilder. That definitely speaks a lot of volume, and I definitely do respect that out of Andy Ruiz. But I think the problem with Andy Ruiz was his discipline, and he wasn't able to be at that pedestal where he could have been a lot higher in his career. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I think Luis Ortiz is going to get this dub, and I think Andy, he very well could change the fight by hurting Luis King Kong Ortiz with a good power shot that ends up dropping him, or he could be like he could be knocked out. But I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a very fun fight while it lasts. But those are my thoughts. That's my early fight prediction for the week, and I'll be back probably on Sunday or Monday that following day to cover the fights. But either way, I'll be coming out soon with like my post fight for this. But this is a little early pre-fight, prediction show. So hope you guys enjoyed. Please smash the like button, share the video, do what y'all got to do, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you to all of you that came through, Street Spartan, Puerto Rican Boxing, and BJJ. Thank you for coming by. Mark Wunderlich, I appreciate you for coming by. Thank you for, for joining in. And salute to the mighty LDBC, Bomb Squad, Team Petty, and also salute to TWT, salute to Skywalker Boxing. Everybody go subscribe to, Tim's channel, at Skywalker Boxing. Great channel, great shows all the time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys very, very soon to give my post-fight thoughts on the card. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Thank you guys. Have a great day, and hope y'all are having a good week. And hopefully, I will see you guys very soon to finish out, this week strong. Got 3 more days till the weekend, so I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Have a great night. All right, peace, family. Bye.